Also, if you had peeped that Russ vid I did on how he could field the Clippers, I said just this right here. That, boom, he missed a shot, but he's still, the thing with Russ is that if he's going to be able to, since he's on this team, he has shooters all around him. Unlike the Lakers, where he caught the ball and he went downhill and he had no one to kick it out to, he can now get the ball and kick it out and find it to someone else who's shooting threes. And now the question becomes, can Russ knock down threes? Can Russ make threes? Can he be able to space the floor, help the Clippers out, help PG out, help Kawhi out? But I don't think that's the case, because Russ can catch the ball and just swing one more. And it's not a matter of can Russ hit shots, because he'll only take like 3 to 5 shot attempts per game. Now you good. I got my train of thought back. But since he's only going to take maybe 3 to 5 shots like Terrence Mann would, it's going to end up being, can he generate more open threes, good look threes, than he'll be able to shoot? It's a matter, it's depending on the two of them. You know what I'm saying? And so Russ is generating a lot more threes, a lot more good look threes than he would if he did shoot the threes. You know what I'm saying? So overall, their shot quality is higher. Their shot attempts is higher because now Russ is getting to the paint and hitting the shooters, and they're getting good looks. Boom. That's Russ. Hockey assist, that's Russ. He pushed the pace. Terrence Mann did not push the pace. Terrence Mann got the ball, just dribbled up the court, just initiated, passed the ball up. But Russ, on the other hand, pushes the pace, gets ahead of the entire defense. Boom, he's behind the whole defense. Gets ahead of, about 2. Gets down deep, forces 2 to help as well. Really forces 3 to help. Really draws the attention of the entire team. And just allows Marcus Morris to throw the one more easy 2. All right, now why'd he jump? I be seeing this sometimes. Like, Russ be getting people this ball fake. Even though people be like, he can't shoot. He gets his base. He gets the ball low. It looks like he's really about to shoot. So it gets people think you're really going to shoot. So even though if you're not a good shooting player, you can still pump fake people. You can still get your pump fakes to work. You can still get your shots to go down. You just got to be able to sell it properly and have the right pace, because a lot of people want to rush their pump fakes or not really get their eyes up, get into their base. But that's what's going to sell the defender. So regardless if you can't shoot, you can still be able to pump fake players. And now, boom, Russ gets to the paint, makes another play. I think this addition is going to be much better addition than people thought. You're like, oh, Russ can't shoot. He has shooters all around him, so no problem. And you're going to see it a little later down in the game, too. Hey, now, let me tell you this about Morris right here. Can he say he got grabbed? Yeah, he can say he got grabbed. But there's no need for Morris to even come up and touch him in the first place for Fox to be able to grab onto him. Because if you're going to slip, you don't even need to touch the player most of the time. You don't even need to touch the player. Because peep this. If he just literally went right here, didn't touch, he would have been able to make this roll with no delay, with no hold by Fox, and go straight down to his free throw line. But even though he's looking for that call, it was low-key his fault, because he was the one who initiated all the contact. All right, so now the Clippers know how it feels. Clippers now know how it feels. When you got Russ on your squad and he about to shoot, and now the fans and the arena and everybody watching and going for the Clippers holds their breath and crosses their fingers and hope he knocks it down. And Russ's shot is not as bad as it seems. It's really not. It really is not as bad as it seems. And the way he was shooting it in this game and how he's been shooting with his Clippers, he has no hesitancy like he did with LA. I'm gonna break that down a little later. But he was shooting with no hesitancy, driving with no hesitancy, all that stuff. And you can really see the changes night and day. And boom, right here, this is another great addition. Is that literally nobody prior to Russ was able to get assists. Russ, he could give you 10 assists. Fox jumping again, by the way. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fox tripping. The thing is, like, you could be a non-shooter, and people will still jump at you. You just got to be able to sell it. Boom, Kawhi knocks it down. What the hell was that? That was Kawhi Hail Mary, bro. Literally, that was a football route. Gang, that was a football route. He literally ran straight down the court. Low-key, he traveled, gang. Hold on. He traveled? He traveled? 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. They miss a lot of calls. They're lucky I'm not a ref. If I was a ref, it would be done. Oh, that was a nice Euro. But Plumlee is an underrated addition as well. Because Plumlee, he's able to provide activity and a level of energy that what you call it, Zubac doesn't provide. Because you see Zubac strolling on the court, just moving, like, you know how Zubac be running, like his body made of jello, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's ridiculous. But Plumlee, on the other hand, he could play make, he could get assists, he's got a little handle. And so now, boom, you'll see Plumlee run up the court, be able to initiate the offense, get in the handoffs at the right spot and right time. And I think he should get some consideration to start because of the activity that he brings. NBA refs missing a lot of calls. What a surprise. It's not a surprise anymore. Ain't no surprise, bro. You should know it's not no surprise. It's going to happen every game. It's going to happen every week, every month, every season. And I just wonder, like, how do I see this? But they don't. I don't know. But remember when Adam Silver said they discipline their refs? What do you think they discipline their refs with? You gonna fine them? Are you gonna pay them less? Are you gonna, like, have some people been fired off of just because they made some bad calls? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what what do they do? Probably like refs at least call get better games. That's probably all. Yeah, for sure. That's what they do. They see, like, they have like a report. They have a report of like which refs have the best games, least complaints and shit like that, and then they put them whoever for like the marquee matchups and whatnot. And so they of course do that, but at the end of the day, they're still getting paid. They're still getting paid. I promise you, a lot of these refs don't even care about what you call it, about the actual game itself and directing and being a fan of it. Like, because at the end of the day, a lot of people just get the job, make money, get a living. You're not really gonna see a lot of people, even NBA players, who do what they do. Do it for the money. They don't care about being the best at it. They just do it. They get the money. They get their living. They live the lifestyle they want, whatever and whatnot. And refs get paid like 6 figures. They get paid like 6 figures. So if they get paid 6 figures and you a nobody ref, you live in the Midwest, you live in North Dakota, South Dakota, and you're making 6 figures, boy, they got damn near a mansion. They got damn near a mansion living in South Dakota making 6 figures. You know how cheap shit be. Goddamn the Midwest. It should be easy. South Dakota, like bro, refs could come from any and everywhere. You never seen a ref before. Like, the refs you see on the court, you've never seen them before in real life. You've never seen them in real life, because you know damn well if somebody catch, like, if somebody in Phoenix catch Scott Foster in the mall, boy, he getting his ass fucked up. You wanna know why? Chris Paul. Because Chris Paul, that man be horn Chris Paul. If you caught if they caught Scott Foster in the mall 2021 after the finals, boy, Scott Foster would have been done. He would have got his ass jumped. He would have got jumped. But going right back to this, though. Plumlee, he's a great playmaker. Plumlee is a great playmaker. He averages, like, 3 assists per game? And the Clippers had no playmakers prior to this deadline. No playmakers. And now, even though they got Bones about to get kicked out the lineup. The one thing I want to say about Bones, somebody was like, I laughed when I seen you say Bones get kicked out the lineup. Bones had a DNP. Boom, right here. Let's get right back to this. I remember exactly where we ended up too. Boom, Plumlee, great playmaker. Boom. Got Terrence Davis, goofy. And then boom, Eric Gordon fucked up. You wanna know why he fucked up? Because look how he loaded that pass up. Now, I think guards are great at, and especially as a point guard, as a shooting guard, you need, not all players, not all levels, mind you. If you're not, like, at that level, like, if you're not, like, Virgin College, pro, or whatnot, like that high level, don't really try to focus on this. But a lot of players, you need this hook pass. Like, if you're a point guard in this situation, you need to be able to come off this position, this screen right here, boom, throw this hook pass. Because the way Eric Gordon does it is that he jumps, loads it up 2 hands, and then throws it like that. But literally that allows Metu right here, number 7, to be able to make a read on it, because that pass took so long for him to be able to pick up and for him to throw. So Metu was able to make a play on that when he should have been able to come right here and maybe even hook that straight to the corner, or just read Batum right here because he missed Batum filling out here into this corner. And that hook pass, it's going to take a better route. It's going to take it over the top instead of that pass going, instead of that pass going straight through to where somebody could find it. Hey, Plumlee, like I was saying, Plumlee needs more attention. Plumlee should get more credit. He needs a little more credit because his activity, his running, his playmaking, all that stuff, great for the Clippers. Great for the Clippers. Like he's like his activity for a big his size and his be able to play make. He should get considered for getting a better spot, especially time come the playoffs, because he's more mobile than Zubac. And Zubac, he'll get some offensive rebounds, but Zubac, he's slow-footed. Like I was saying, he moved like he jello. He moved like one of them things outside of an auto sales spot. Like he just like one of them balloon shits. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, Plumlee, he's also a roll threat too. But now notice how he plays this drop. Now if you peep a video I made a while ago. If you peep one of the videos I made a while ago, I said that when bigs try to go and play this drop, they've gotta keep this front foot. They've got to keep this. You see Plumlee's right foot? They've got to keep that foot forward. Your phone died? Hey, put that bit in the charger. We still right back to it. Hour and a half in. But drop this. If he's got to keep this front foot forward, because as a big, you're not going to be able to hit this pocket pass with your hand. You're just way too tall. You're just way too tall. You're not going to be able to reach that pass with your hand. Like, it's just too low. Like, you're not. You're 6'11", 7 foot. Trying to reach that pass with your hand, it's not going to happen. So you just need to kick that ball instead, because if you don't kick it, they're going to get the easy two, like right here. And they're going to get a violation, but it's not like you could add up violations and they shoot free throws. Nah. It just don't work like that. Hey, and Westbrook, now, I got to go to sleep, though. I'll pop up on the stream again sometime soon. All right, bet that. I'll catch you. We're going to be live like every other day. And some of the VOD's going to be up. Vid's going to be put on YouTube and whatnot. So, but the Russ edition by PG getting Russ, he probably just really like to have Russ because he could just play make. He don't got to do so much, and Russ can hit him where he could be best. And so you'll see a lot earlier in the season, the Clippers had to run everything. Paul George would bring the ball up, or Kawhi would bring the ball up. He'd have to initiate, and then he'd have to go and get to the spots, run sets. It's a lot of work to do, a lot of usage, high usage for them. But now, since they got Russ, Terrence Mann wasn't able to do this. Terrence Mann would just throw the ball in. They'll just get into their offense. But Russ, on the other hand, he's going to be able to find you where you should get the rock. Another three generated by Russ off his pace, and he got the assist. I'm telling you, it's a matter of not what shots he will take, but the amount of shots he'll generate for his other teammates. That'll be high quality looks, because he gets in the paint and now they get open threes. So that thing where you said Russ can't shoot, Russ not gonna be able to knock down shots. If it comes late in the game, you can sub him out, put Norman Powell in for his spot, and then also put like Batum in or whatever it is, and if you want to take out the big too. So if it comes down to that late in game, just sub him out. But in the course of a game, he's gonna be able to make a lot of plays for his teammates. And the amount of shots that he generates for them that are good looks will be a plus in terms of the amounts that he will pass up and the ones he'll have to shoot. Hey, bigs, add this fake right here. Sabonis is great. Him and his father, because he probably got a lot of chicks from his dad too, because his name was like Arvydas Sabonis. So he like had the same playmaking 5 style, but now Sabonis is really in this day and age. And he's kind of doing the same things. He has a lot of fakes, is able to pass, able to play make, able to make reads. And so, boom. Just shows the ball like this. Just shows the ball like that. That's all he does. And instead of trying to do an whole extra pump fake, he literally just shows the ball, brings it right back, then goes up. Because it does the same thing that you do. Is it say if you got a two-hand little pump fake like this or whatnot. But this time, you could actually see the whole ball go up. Instead of just the ball coming right above your shoulder, the whole ball goes up. So if you're big, add that like one-handed fake when you down low and you see somebody trying to recover hard, boom, add that fake in. Bro, same fake again, bro. Same fake. It just works. It just works. If they're out of position, they're trying to come back and make a play. They see that ball go up. It's like doing the jump shot, and you just hold the ball up on your pump fake. Works every time. I swear. I kid you not. It works damn near every time. Like, you don't got to do nothing too crazy. You just got to have the ball here. Boom. Hold it right there for a second. Just take your time. Knock down the shot. It's such an easy thing. Shout out to Ivica Zubac. Hey, Zubac be hooping for sure. Hey, once again, Russ generating looks for his teammates, man. Russ generating some looks for his teammates. I'm telling you, he's generating more open look threes for his teammates than the ones that he has to shoot. Simple as that. Once again, I already said this in my video. I already told you this. The receipts are there. The receipts are in the YouTube video I dropped saying how Russell Westbrook could fit in with the Clippers. The receipts are there. I already said it. That since he has 4 shooters around him, or 3 at the time, he's going to catch the ball off the spot up and just swing a one more. Literally not even thinking about shooting. He's just going to swing the one more because that other teammate is open too. Catch that, swing it straight over to the other player who's open. But how the defense could counter this is just not close out to Russ and just take away the shooter. And let whoever is supposed to get that second pass take Russ. Because now you're dropped back and you only got to take a couple steps forward to be able to get to Russ. Because you're going to play him in the gap. Instead of having that second player with the longer distance go out and get that other teammate. Hey, but like I was saying with Russ's jump shot before you went on that tangent though. It looks good. Tell me his shot don't look good right here. That's a good jump shot. That's a good jump shot. That's a good looking jump shot. If Russ could shoot that way consistently without having any hesitancy, then what you call it? He could shoot like 35%. Easy. It's better than before his jump shot. It literally, it's the same thing though. His jump shot is the same thing. The only difference is that now he's not hesitating. He was with the Lakers, and since they had so much pressure on him to make shots and so much pressure on somebody to be able to hit threes, and they try to tell him his role was supposed to be this and that and this and that. Somebody needs to knock down shots, but at the same time he needs to be able to play his game. He was hesitant to shoot any of those shots that he had, but now he's shooting them. He's shooting them because now he's on the Clippers, and I feel they've done a better job at establishing what his role should be with this new squad. So he's not hesitating. And you're also going to see it on his dribble drives and when he gets the ball off the catch and when he's attacking. And Pete, what the hell? Rage, glad, man. Y'all watch Rage? Jit hilarious. Jit, glad. Boom once again. No hesitancy. 1, like I just said. And 2, it's the same thing where Russ gets the ball and gets it right over. Then boom, Kawhi gets a shot. Court. Telling you, bro, Russ is doing the same thing. I said this before. He's gonna get it, he's gonna swing it, he's gonna hit the open player. And now instead of PG having to take hezzy pull-up threes, he's now going to take catch and shoot threes, which is much easier. And you just don't have to work for him nearly as much. Yeah, that's tough. Now, peep the size up. Peep the twitches. Peep the tween, stop, and then the stutter. Rock that other foot back. He's triggering it. Watch his back foot. Watch that back right foot on that tween. You saw how he triggered it? That kind of just makes the defender think, okay, he could attack. Like it's a trigger step. He's about to attack. Nope. But then he gets right back into another one. Boom, tween, slow pace tween. Then he attacks on it. He attacks on the next one. And then peep that Euro step. That's step 2. A slow step through is not a travel, by the way. It's not a travel, by the way. A slow step through is not a travel. It is not a travel. Already said this, bro. Already said this, bro. Russ is doing the same thing. I already told you what he's gonna do, and he still can contribute to this Clipper squad, bro. Like I was saying with that hook pass, boom, right there, that hook pass. That's the pass that you need. This is the pass that you need. If you're a guard, an advanced guard, boom, that hook pass coming from that wing, coming off the screens on this hard hedge. So now you can just throw that pass straight to the corner without anybody being able to predict it. Russ, no hesitation. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I just see basketball for what it is. I don't go into it looking at with emotion or like saying like I don't. There's no player I hate. One, and I just like basketball. So I just approach it in a basketball standpoint. That's why I do. That's how I do these breakdowns. I don't favor any team or any player over anybody except for the Magic. I'm a Magic fan except for that. But even then, I'm not going to like hate on no other team. There's nobody I hate. Nobody I hate. No team that I hate. Now, the thing with this play right here, you can put the blame both ways. But where would I start the blame on? I'll put on Marcus Morris. Now, PG doesn't set up this down screen or like this cross screen right here, right? He doesn't set it up. And so now it gives Keegan Murray a better angle right there. And now Morris throws that ball to where Murray is, where PG should have been had he set that screen up. But the thing is, PG came first, yeah. But Marcus Morris should recognize that he doesn't have this angle and not just assume he's going to be where he is. And he has to throw the ball to where he is going to be and to where he actually is instead of assuming. So, which ended up making him throw this turnover. But you've got to make sure you read what your teammate is doing. You got to read what your teammate is doing and not just assume and think they should be this place and this plot and whatnot. Don't assume. Hey, now right here with Russ, you can see the same thing. He's not hesitating. He's not sitting on the perimeter with the urge to shoot the rock. He's cutting to the rim, which is what he should have been doing every single time with the Lakers. But you see him more times with the Clippers. He's just straight up going to go and attack. I see. Hey, they ended up getting this bucket on this. But the thing is, they should have been able to capitalize on this play. They should have been able to capitalize on this. Let me tell you how. Is that as soon as Lyles comes on this double team, Lyles is leaving Batum. And Batum should recognize this early and see that he's just sitting right here in the middle of this paint. And sitting in the middle of this paint, Kawhi's got it going right now. He's got like 20-something or like 15, 18 in this third quarter. He's going crazy. And so they've been setting this double team. They've been setting a second. And so Batum has to be aware that they're going to be setting this double team because even this assistant coach, he's been standing up this whole time making sure his double team gets sent and doesn't allow Kawhi to get any easy looks. And so instead of Batum just clearing out and just kind of get into that short corner where he should be for spacing, had his defender stayed where he needed to be, he should be aware and not go all the way down, kind of come down and think he's going to go short corner. And instead of actually getting underneath Barnes, where Barnes could see you if you do flash, you just curl right back up. You stop out right here, and then you see Lyles get ready to go. Then you come up and flash this middle. And now if you flash this middle, Barnes leaves, and now it leaves Powell open on the skip. Or if not Powell, then Monk would have to drop. And then you got Morris, then you got 1, 2. Then you're in rotation. Now you're just making plays. You get me? Feel me? You got any questions? Anybody here? Let me know. Drop it in the chat if you got any questions. Good take by Morris, though. Now peep how Kawhi got this middle opened up. He gets his ball off the catch. Gets the ball on the catch. But literally this right here. Now he's got Barnes. He's created so much space by just turning his shoulder over, making contact, and then bringing that ball right back because look at the amount of space he has. Now Barnes he's in recovery mode. He's in panic mode. And he's trying to stop Kawhi from being able to get that shot because he created so much space that he can now get that shot right off over the top. But now Barnes, hands high, he's kind of panicking. He has to get back out, close the distance up. And so literally by doing that, notice how his stance changes as well. Barnes, no middle, drops it. Now that left foot is dropped open. Now he has his whole middle to attack. He has that middle to attack. Then now he gets to the middle, gets to a spot, hits that hook, gets that shot. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Boom right here. Boom right here. From the top of the key, this spot, you're going to have so many opportunities to be able to make easy plays for your teammates off the spot up. Off the strength that the help defender is going to be sitting in help and stacked up in help at times. And if you see this right here, a quick swing pass to the wing is the same thing as a skip pass, and the defender is going to get out of rotation. It's the same thing. So if Fox, he's stacked up in help, Eric Gordon quickly swings that over instead of trying to do too much, trying to dribble drive. And now since if you do drive, it's going to get their attention, and they're going to know they're going to have to get back out. But now since he swung that over from the top, he's able to just swing, boom, knock down the shot. But he smoked it, man. He smoked it. He smoked it. But look at this with Davion Mitchell. Look at this with Davion Mitchell. I want you to notice his hand. Notice his hand. Hey, bro. Anytime you see somebody guarding you with their hand like this, they got this hand right here. They making a play on that ball. They trying to get that ball right at your hands. They trying to stop you. So the second you see this happening, the second you see this hand coming right here, boom, right there. They trying to get that ball right out your hands. No, they're trying to make a play at that ball. So now, as an offensive player, you got to be super careful. You got to be super careful. Make sure you always protect that ball and don't let it loose. Don't take it out any of your pockets. Keep it tugged towards your hip, towards the side of your body, so that now you won't be able to get caught in that steal. And Lyles smoked that lay. Great job by Batum. Great job by Batum. Now let's finish this. I'm gonna go right back. That's one hell of a pass by Kawhi. Hell of a pass by Kawhi. But now, right back to Batum. Like I said, if you're mismatched in the post, your advantage as a mismatch, as a smaller player, is to use your speed. But if you're too up on him, you're too pressed up against him, you cannot use your speed. You cannot use your speed because now you're playing the strength game. You're playing weight to weight. You're playing back, chest to back, and now that's literally just who's stronger, who's bigger, who could be able to get to their spot. And now you're automatically going to lose that because you're the smaller player. You're the mismatch. That's why you're getting isoed and attacked in the post. But what Batum does is that he doesn't get the feel for him. And by leaving that space, not allowing them to get that feel for you, you're going to be able to use your feet, be able to circle around and get a hand on that ball. And now, why did Sabonis fall? Because he's trying to work his way back and get that pass and hold him off. But since he's hollowed him out and then circled around, he's moving back into nothing, into he's moving his weight back into something that he thought was there, but is really not there. Then boom, Kawhi, hot IQ play. That's just having court awareness, just knowing where you are on the court. And then boom, these are situations I was talking about where Russ is not hesitating. I feel that he's gotten with the Clippers and literally just one game in, he knows his role. He knows what he has to do. And so he catches and boom, just goes and attacks. No thought, no hesitancy, just goes and attacks the rim. Just like this right here too. But he smoked it. And now you Los Angeles Clippers fans, you're going to have to get used to this too. Russ is going to smoke some lays. You're going to hold your breath and cross your fingers when he's shooting jump shots. It's just what happens. But is it a plus? I think it'll be a plus. Still some minuses, but it is what it is. Clippers sold this game. The Clippers sold this game. That was just a careless turnover by PG once, and that's another careless turnover by PG again. PG is PG, but PG is not PG. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? PG is PG, but PG is not a PG. You know what I'm saying? Paul George is Paul George, but Paul George is not a point guard. That's where they got Russ. And now you see him getting in so many lackadaisical situations where, where they just end up racking up turnovers in the backcourt. Like, especially in the NBA, you shouldn't be turning the ball over in the backcourt. That's some high school stuff. And so I'm not saying Paul George isn't good, but you got Russ for a reason. And he should be that guy to initiate, to be able to control the pace and be able to maintain the tempo and whatnot. But you had PG bring the ball up 2 times in the game, 2 times back-to-back, fourth quarter. Let Russ initiate, and then let Russ give the ball to you in the spots you want to get it. So instead of trying to have you do all the work, bring the ball up and everything, let Russ do it. Because at the end of the day, Russ isn't much good playing off the ball. So get him on the ball, let him get the ball, have a feel for it. So now that once you do get him off the ball in the half court, he kind of has a feel for it, has a sense of it. He's not just running and didn't touch the ball the whole time. And now, boom, another play. Turnover. Another turnover. That's 3 back-to-back turnovers. And so you're going to see here, that was Norman Powell at that time. PG with the first 2, another one with Norman Powell. They just sold this fourth quarter. They sold this fourth quarter, man. And so what was a 9-point lead turns into a 3-point game. It turns into a 3-point lead. And so now you're literally up 9 points, 2 minutes left. You should have been able to close us out. But a couple bad plays, a couple careless turnovers is the difference between winning a game against a team that you need to get this win against to be able to get into the playoffs, get the spot you want, and be able to maybe even climb up and secure that playoff spot, turn into a game that you lose. So now, boom, offensive rebound. Good hands by Batum. Good hands by Batum. But they're not able to match up off the offensive rebound. That's why it's important that when you do get offensive rebounds, you go and attack. You make sure you're always looking for opportunities. Everybody's always staying available. You always try to find the opportunity that you could get because it's hard for the defense to match up off an offensive rebound. You're just not used to it. Like transition, you can get used to communicating off transition, matching up in transition, what to look for and do and whatnot. But if you're not, if in off an offensive rebound, you see a team grab the ball and now you got to match up again. You don't really practice offensive rebounds because who prepares for a team that's going to get offensive rebound? You should be getting the defensive rebound, boxing out. But people don't box out much nowadays. So, and now boom, just look at the demeanor. Look at the demeanor. That's key. Heads down. Powell's looking the other way, disencouraged. Batum's looking the other way, just like damn, the lead's gone. Kawhi's heads down. Russ's heads down. Now they're all heading back to the bench, and now this is a sign of defeat. Sign of defeat. Now, the game was still close. They had more opportunities to win the game, but that just shows you their spirit just went away. It was gone out of them. So, great move by Russ. Great move by Russ. Once again, like he had that push cross on that right side, where he came over, boom, hit that push cross. Russ, once again, instead, now he's on a retreat dribble. And now he's retreating, and the defense is kind of still in panic mode, still trying to match up. And so there's no help on this weak side. And now Russ sees this whole lane. You give Russ a lane to attack, he's going to find an angle. No help defense. Keegan Murray, it's tough. He's going to get to where he wants to. Now, boom, where they messed up. Where they messed up, though. It's Norman Powell. Peep Norman Powell. He gambled on that pass. Everything should have been stay home. Everything should have been no help. But he came over and helped. Lost the person he was guarding. And then when he threw that pass, he tried to make a play on it. And now he was late to that closeout. Russ had to try to make a play. And Monk knocked it down. And Monk just knocks it down. Hey, I told you Russ is not hesitating. Russ is just on go. Russ is just on go. He's attacking the rim. If there's no opportunity for him to finish, he's hitting somebody that will be able to score. And now boom right there. That took a lot of strength. That bump right there, you see how we got through Westbrook? That bump right there. It just that's a lot of strength. That's a lot of time in the weight room. That's a lot of time to be able to work on your balance, your stability, your core, your legs, all that stuff. Basketball strength. Now that bump right there, you may be like, it's not much, but that's Westbrook, mind you, won. And look at the speed you're going. You should be thrown off balance at this point because you're trying to go as fast as you can. You're going as quick as you can. You should get thrown off balance. But Monk strides through that, gets to his one, controls himself, and hits that float. That's a lot of stability right there. But if I do leave score early, then it'll be out a little earlier too. And then boom, Russ again. Once again, let's finish this game right quick. We got a few minutes left of clips. This shit was double OT, bro. There's a lot of clips. A lot of clips, bro. Like I said, this Russ's jump shot, people say it's two motion, but a lot of people shoot two motion and it works just right for them. It works just right for him. So now Russ, no hesitancy, He's gonna see him knocking down. I bet you could shoot 35%. I promise you could shoot 35%. Also, now the fact that he dunked that is crazy. The fact that he dunked that is crazy, bro. Like, the athleticism in guys in this league is ridiculous. And when I see shit like this, it's just like, damn, bro, I want to get some more bounce too. Like, I could jump, but like this, it's like, yo, that's ridiculous. Through Batum in traffic, 2 hands off 2, that's tough. That's so tough. Now the thing is here. This is the big question we had about Russ. This is the big question. Well, late in the game, Russ is on the court. How will the spacing work for Kawhi and PG? How will this work out? How will this dynamic turn out? And so, you see Keegan Murray all the way over on help. But his help doesn't matter too much because Kawhi's whole right side is free. So he has a lot of room to be able to get this angle wide, be able to attack the rim, attack the paint. And so he's able to get to where he wants to. Barnes fouls. But the thing is, I think teams are going to hone down on this really in the playoffs a lot. Because all Barnes has to do is force him to Keegan Murray. You force him to Keegan Murray. Murray's in a position where, say he drops a little lower instead of coming up so high. So you actually have, say, actually right here. Say he drops a little bit for the fact that if he does kick it out to Russ, he is just one step away from being able to recover and get back to where he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? So say Kawhi goes left, boom, he goes right here. Russ has a whole free lane, and now Keegan Murray has to take about 3 steps to be able to close off that lane. Whereas if he just stacked this help up right here, Barnes forced him to Kawhi's left, and then he kicked that to Russ, he's already practically in position to be able to close off that lane. He can't go nowhere from that at that point. So I think that's where teams are going to hone in on, really forcing. If Russ is playing this wing, which I don't think he should be playing this corner, so that the player with the ball could get through that first level of help and whatnot. But if he is on that wing, I feel like teams are really gonna lock down on that and really force him and have Russ make a play. And they're kind of like this. He's kind of lost. And this is where I think if they put in like a Eric Gordon over here, but the thing with Eric Gordon, we're going to see a little later, is that since if you put Eric Gordon in this situation, they have no point guard. But even now, they're not using Russ as a point guard. They're putting him off the ball. So in closing situations, in games, like where you got to get your ISOs, where you got to get your buckets, I feel they should sub Russ out and put in Eric Gordon, just so he could be able to make a play off the ball. He could shoot and whatnot, instead of having like Russ right here and like being able to come over on this double team and have PG not even try to turn his head to try to pass to Russ. Hey, great pace by Russ. Pushing the pace. Their offense is for sure going to take a leap with Russ on the squad because his pace and his ability to set up players, regardless. I don't care what people say, oh, he can't shoot, he can't do this, he can't do that. Their offense is going to be better regardless. Bro, Monk's body control is great. Like I told you before with that stride, he was able to step through with that stride. That takes a lot of strength, a lot of stability to do so. And once again, he attacks Plumlee. And peep how he attacks. He drives off one going downhill. He's going downhill. And instead of just going straight downhill continuously, he jumps backwards into Plumlee. Hits Plumlee, keeps his balance, and is able to finish that. That's a lot of stability right there. That's a lot of stability. And now this is the struggle of it. At least they made a play out of it. They made a play out of it, yes. But this right here, though, that's tough. They're kind of low-key doing a little more than he has to. Murray doesn't even need to close to his body. He could just shuffle right down in front of Plumlee and stop that pass from getting through because Fox is on the mismatch. So, but now they got the pick and roll, what they did and whatnot. So even if they had like an Eric Gordon in that spot, boom, catch a shoot, knockdown. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, Westbrook's fouled out. And mind you, PG had a minutes restriction and got subbed out in the second overtime. He got subbed out in the second overtime. If he didn't have to get subbed out for the minutes restriction, possibly could have won that game. Possibly could have won the game. But now this is Russ's foul. He gets fouled out. And low-key, that's a weak foul. Come on now. Like, come on. Like, you really gonna call this to make somebody foul out? This little arm right here, he ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing for real, bro. Like, if his hand was on him, if it was not, he still would have made that same play to the corner. Like, come on, man. You can't foul somebody out on that. So now you got no rest, you got no PG. You're two players who usually come up the court and initiate the plays and whatnot, right? So now you got Eric Gordon making the play, and this is what I was saying. This is the struggle with having Eric Gordon. You shouldn't have him in the closing, in the like the minutes ahead of the crunch time, but you can have him in during crunch time. Because all you need to do is get the ball to Kawhi and PG or whoever, get your ISO, get them rotation, knock down shots. But Russ couldn't knock down shots, but Eric Gordon can. So up even at a point right here where it's like this, 142 left, you should have Russ in so he could initiate and not have to panic like Eric Gordon kind of does right here. Kind of ends up panicking. They don't get nothing. You got to force an attack. And usually when you get plays like this, they don't end it any good. So even though they got a floater, Kings came back down, knocked down a three. Telling you, plays usually don't end up good coming out of situations like this. They usually just don't. So then boom, they got Plumlee in because PJ's out. That's the thing about being in the middle of the floor sometimes. You got to be aware and know that you got players coming back to recover from behind you. But the thing is, you can't see it. So you've always got to make these decisions quick. You may not even be able to take this dribble because you just don't have enough time to do so. So Plumlee should make that read off the strength of the catch and understand that you have a floater right here. That's why bigs need floater. Bigs need floaters. They need floaters. They need floaters without a doubt. And so if he had the floater, boom, floater out of the top, Keegan Murray. That's literally a two right there, but he throws a turnover. And then boom, they got Plumlee coming down the middle of the court again. Boom, that's another vulnerability about being in the middle of the court. Give me one sec, Ruby. That's another vulnerability about being in the middle of the court is that you can't see behind you. And now Fox, his speed, comes up right from behind and it picks out right from behind. It's two straight turnovers. The games is getting ugly now that you have no rush, you have no PG. You was just up like 4 or 6 points. Now Sacramento makes a little run. They just score another bucket. Opportunity to win the game. Kawhi got to a spot though. Kawhi got a good shot. If you ask me, I'll let Kawhi take that. Give me one sec, Ruby. I'm gonna finish this video right quick. You just gotta lay like 1 to 2 clips. Kawhi got to the spot. Hey, if I'm the Clippers, I don't mind that shot out of Kawhi at all. Airball is kind of crazy, but hey, airball's kind of crazy, but hey, left, but still airball. Hey, I'll give him some. I'll cut him some slack. He's tired. Double OT, 5 seconds left, man. He probably played like 45 minutes, 46 minutes, man. Tired. It's alright. And their chance to win the game. That was just a bad. Like the fact that they called a timeout to run a play, but I don't even really understand what they're trying to run. Were you trying to get it to Kawhi? Because you should have just dumped this down to Kawhi if that's the case. Off the catch, but Powell didn't throw it. He just kept it. I kind of really didn't get the point. And then boom, game time. That's game time. Like damn, that's crazy. But what short guard should do? I model your game after. Should I model my game after? Let me see. Short guards. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's a good one. Depends if you're that physical. If you're really playing like that. It really depends on how you move. Like, or would you say you're best at ball handling? Where you say you're like a small short guard, but you're physical, and whatnot. Meantime, though, why you say that? But why platoon shooting? They had no other shot opportunity. That was the only look they had. He had to shoot that shot. You know, like I was saying with Powell, he just kind of held the ball, and he just threw it to Batum at the last second. He's got 2 seconds. He could have pump faked for sure. He should have pump faked, no cap. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's not even like you just called a whole timeout to run a play, and that's what you do.